probably middle school age or something. Me and my brother were in like the third row of our family car at the time. We were coming home from Cracker Barrel. Excuse me.
This can already end.
Yeah, no,
horrible.
it's already starting off horrible. And we just found on the floor in the back like these little salt and pepper packets, like from McDonald's or whatever.
Naturally.
And I don't know if I posed it to him or he posed it to me, but one of us said to snort the black pepper. So, you know, as you do, you rip open the black pepper packet, and I snorted immediately, just burned, started sneezing. It was just a horrible time. So yeah, that might have been where my downfall started. Where
We
you
had...
just brain cells diminished.
That's where, and now you're here, making a podcast about spicy wings. I had this one time.
That's where the chokehold started. I wanted to get so close to the spice.
I never got that high again, so I just kept chasing it with all these different spicy foods.
I had to go to rehab for black pepper.
Hi guys, my name is Anthony, and
I'm addicted to
it all started with black pepper.
It all started after Cracker Barrel.
No, when I went to Florida, when I was like 8, we got this hot sauce. It was called Kick Your Ass Hot Sauce. And there was no flavor, only heat. I think I said this on the podcast before, but I remember that was my intro to spicy foods, was that. And I remember immediately putting it on my tongue on some nice London broil.
Yeah,
and it just...
tasting that London broil.
I didn't taste anything for a week because I just felt like my brain cells all were charged.
Just scorched your taste buds.
And now here we are. What's going on, guys? It's another episode of Wingboys. We talk about life, sports, and eat spicy wings. My name is Billy. I'm here with Anthony as always. Today I had the time, so I actually cooked our chicken again for the first time in probably 20 episodes.
Yeah,
it's been a long time since like the first season of NFL that we did.
Yeah.
So I cooked the chicken and I dusted it with what I got for Christmas, which was wing dust. Now this is 7 pepper facelift. It has, I believe, let me see what we're working with here.
You could put this in
Spices.
Or on asparagus.
Yeah.
You know.
Burgers.
Those are the first 2 things I think of when I want to season something.
So 7 pepper facelift is perfect on other things, which is stew, mustard, burgers, asparagus, queso, and beans. So this is definitely not legal. What I got here is definitely a psyop, and we're going to...
Someone had to smuggle that in here for you to get it.
This is certainly, I'm on several lists now.
Is that why you put a line of it on the table?
Exactly. So I had a little spillage, but you know what? I'm going to just snort that just to kind of get us back to what we talked about. Later. We also got Fat Cat Mexican style habanero. If this is not enough, we have a little bit of an extra burn and a little bit of sauce because this is Wingboys and we need sauce. It's perfectly good. This is another gift I got for Christmas. This year, since everyone knew I did a sports podcast, everyone decided to give me different hot sauce things. So I have another thing that we might do for a bonus episode. If you guys liked the last bonus episode, we're doing another one today. Make sure you subscribe, hit that bell button to see when the episodes are coming out. Eventually they are going to go behind a paywall. If there is enough demand for it and enough like for it, we're going to do those more on a Patreon. We might do cooking videos and stuff like that. Let us know what you want in the comments. But with that being said, let's talk about NFL.
Weather's getting nicer. Maybe we could do like an outdoor video one day.
An outdoor video. I want the bees to eat the spice. I want them to really think they're cute and burn.
Yeah. Yeah. So NFL free agency has continued on. Kind of died down in the last couple of days or whatever.
But there's a lot that we didn't talk about that I want to talk about.
What would you like to talk about?
So I have it on my thing. Is there anything that you want to talk about? Anything that popped up on your end, in your world? Because
I mean, just in terms of the Jets, I know conversations with the Packers have kind of quieted down a bit because they're not on the same page in terms of what they want to pay Aaron Rodgers, what they want to give up for Aaron Rodgers, and what the Packers want for him.
So does it look like we're not going to get this old man?
I mean, no, because Lazard, the receiver we just signed, is pretty confident that we're still going to get Rodgers. That's just one guy. He's also not the coach or the GM. But the coach did say that the fact that Rodgers wants to come play for the Jets shows how far we've come as a team. And, it's true. Pat ourselves on the back for that,
But it does
Come a
kind
long
of.
way.
I kind of wish he didn't say that. Not as a man who hates Aaron Rodgers with his whole soul, but as a Jets fan, because now the Packers know that he wants to play with us, and we want him. So they're really going to dangle him and really going to hold that carrot and try and get a lot out of us. So that did kind of mess us up. We also got, speaking of the Jets, I have another Jet right here.
This is spicy.
Mecole Hardman.
That's
We
right.
got from the Chiefs, I believe.
Yeah. It was a 1 year, $6.5 million.
So we're just loading up with wide receivers. We really hopefully we're giving enough weapons that Aaron Rodgers can actually show that he can play still and he doesn't deserve the senior citizen treatment.
We played flag football at the old folks home there.
He's gonna be playing paper football with a little.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's what he's gonna be. What is he, 39 now?
He's 1,000 years old in football terms.
Alright. You know what?
Mm.
Yeah. No?
Mm.
Yeah. You wanna talk about that?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna let you talk about that.
I'm chewing you, asshole.
No, I'm gonna let you. Why don't you work through this? Why don't you muster up the courage? So yeah, Elijah Moore traded to the Browns. We sent him in a 3rd round pick, and we got a 2nd round pick from the Browns back. I personally don't like the return that we got, but also he hasn't been stellar with us. I know his potential. I know what he's capable of. Maybe that's why I wish we would have gotten more. But
more for more. No, but that being said, I agree. I don't think it was the best choice. I don't think it was the best choice to get rid of Elijah Moore.
No, you want to make room for the guys that we're bringing in, and the Jets are still interested in signing OBJ. So
that is true, but we also don't need picks. What are we gonna get from the draft this year? What are you looking for in this draft as a Jets fan? If you were the Jets GM, we don't need picks. I don't think we really need, because we filled a lot of the gaps that we were having issues with already. Minus a quarterback.
I think if anything,
We're gonna get linemen with the first round.
we could. That's never a bad idea. But if anything, we could just use it as assets or capital to use in trades.
Alright, I'll give you that.
I mean, now I think we have 2 2nd round picks this year, which we could throw to the Packers for Aaron Rodgers instead of a 1st rounder like they want. We could keep them, and we could use them in the draft. I mean, who did we get in the 2nd round? We got Breece Hall in the 2nd round last year.
That is true.
We got Elijah Moore in the 2nd round when we drafted him.
That is true.
I mean, there's a lot of good players that are deep in the draft that you should have find.
I think Elijah Moore was an asset that we could have used more.
Absolutely.
I think with the right quarterback, had we gotten Aaron Rodgers, he would have really been a lot better than what he was worth.
I will say I would have rather we traded Mims instead of Moore.
Yes,
Because
I like Mims though.
Mims also wanted to be off the team last year, but he's been with the team a little longer, so maybe that played into wanting to keep him around. Maybe they wouldn't. They wouldn't have gotten enough in return for him. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But I do understand the Jets. I do understand the Jets wanting to get rid of him. He was disgruntled. He wasn't really showing a lot of sportsmanship during the. Yeah, it's pretty good. My mouth is watering for it.
Yeah.
He didn't really show a lot of teamsmanship and sportsmanship when it came to the locker room because he was very disgruntled about his playing time. But I feel like it's a catch-22 because had he been with a different quarterback, even with Mike White alone, switching over to Mike White or Joe Flacco versus Zach Wilson, he was getting more plays, he was getting more targets.
And it's crazy because when they were coming into their rookie season, all we heard about was the connection between Zach Wilson and Elijah Moore. We heard about their chemistry that developed in the offseason, and we expected such a great duo of Wilson throwing to Moore, and we just never got that. And then last year, it turned out that Moore was frustrated with Wilson not looking his way as much and not giving him opportunities on plays that he was just wide open. I mean, maybe you sent me a video or I just saw it somewhere about all the missed opportunities and just blown plays that Moore got open on that they just didn't have good QB play to recognize and capitalize on.
Yeah, I think I sent that to you because on this podcast, I did talk about how I was trying to defend Zach Wilson.
Yeah.
Because I said, maybe, Elijah Moore was a more primary target, that they covered more, that they really didn't give him the opportunity to be targeted. But no, that video did show that he had a lot more opportunity and he actually could have really made big plays had Zach Wilson looked his way. But again, we're going to have a quarterback that definitely needs more help, definitely needs more time off, definitely needs more time in. So it's hard to really base all that because, once Mike White stepped up or once even Joe Flacco, when they played, Elijah Moore did get more connections, did get more targets, and did make bigger plays. And that what they changed. So I think Aaron Rodgers could have really used a young spry wide receiver like Elijah Moore rather than 72-year-old senior citizen Alan Lazard.
I think he's only like 26.
Why
don't we count that? But we definitely could have used more better. Sucks that we had to move on from him, but I guess this was in the team's plans, and we just gotta trust the process.
Trust the process. But now he's going to Deshaun Watson, who is going to not give him anything but a good rundown.
The games that Watson played last year, he looked like dog.
He was terrible. Now, mind you,
like dog.
He also had a 15-week suspension.
It was 11 weeks.
All right, either way, I'm not defending him. He still is a dog water, dookie, buttered, piece of garbage.
Yeah, no.
But he did come into... Jacoby Brissett played much better than him. That's why I like Jacoby Brissett.
Oh, yeah.
Jacoby Brissett did well enough for me to get Amari Cooper and Nick Chubb to make great plays. I had to bench both of my star players in the second half or the back end of my fantasy because Deshaun Watson decided to put the lotion down to pick up a football.
We're saying a lot of things right now. Brissett was playing a lot better than Watson did when he came back. And it surprised me that the Browns let Brissett walk. He's on the Commanders. It's been a weird offseason. That's really all I can muster up to say about what's been going on. You got the Browns really going all in on Watson, and from what we've seen from him, he's not playing great. And you let a quarterback that was playing well, or better I should say, you let him walk.
But you got to understand, they did put a lot into getting him. He was a high... It's just like the same thing with Broncos County. Why can't I think... Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Same thing. They're going to...
Yeah, but that's...
That's like enough. Let me just put this right here for you. I don't think you're sweating enough for me. I'm sorry, you were saying about Wilson?
I just want to say I hate you first of all. No, Wilson's a Super Bowl winning quarterback. He was a yearly candidate for MVP before he would trail off towards the end of the season. I mean, trading for a guy like that, you expect greatness. You don't have the controversy circling him that Watson did at the time when they traded for him.
Well, did he have the controversy when they traded, or was it after?
Yeah. Oh yeah, no.
Oh really?
Yeah. He wasn't playing, and that's why he wanted. That's why they got rid of him. He already wanted off the team. Then all this stuff came out, and they shut him down for the season because they're not gonna play a guy like that with everything surrounding him at the time.
Gotcha.
But yeah, it was both scenarios didn't really work out the way that those teams had planned.
Yeah, so
but,
we'll see what happens.
You got the Broncos bringing in Sean Payton, and he's bringing in a different coaching staff, and with the offensive mind that Sean Payton has, you expect some sort of bounce back.
Hopefully.
For Russell Wilson and the Broncos.
Hopefully. I mean, if Sean Payton can do it, I don't think anyone can. He's definitely one of the top 5 greatest greatest coaches of all time. Not all time, but of this current generation. He's definitely up there.
Yeah.
To bring him back is sort of like he was the mind behind Drew Brees. Not to say Drew Brees wasn't anything without him, but that was a match made in heaven, much like a Brady Belichick.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of Broncos County, speaking of where he left, which was the Seattle Seahawks, the Seattle Seahawks did bring in Bobby Wagner.
Yeah, they brought him back. He had a 1-year trial with the Rams last year. He played great. The Rams did not. So they're bringing Bobby back. I think it's a 1 year, $7 million deal.
I had it. Hold on.
But yeah, it's
Yeah, you got it. 1 year, 7 year deal. $7 million.
see, I don't
1 year, $7 million deal
There you go.
for Bobby Wagner. I'll never forget during the Super Bowl, there was a fan that crashed the.
No, that wasn't a
field.
Super Bowl.
It was a championship, right?
That was just like a regular game.
It was a regular game. That Bobby Wagner absolutely laid out. Oh, you're right, because that was this year. That was after they won the Super Bowl last year. And you're 100% right. Yeah, so there was a fan that streaked on stage.
Just a regular game.
Streaked on the field, ran down, security couldn't get him. Man was laid out by a fully padded Bobby Wagner, which I know.
Just lowered his shoulder. You really hit the boom out.
Oh no, he smoked him. He laid him out flat. Someone actually recorded it at the game because NFL obviously wouldn't broadcast that.
Yeah.
And it was a beautiful sight to see. I can't imagine getting laid out by a regular Bobby Wagner because that is a big boy. But then they'll also have the full pad, full gear, and him already hopped up on the adrenaline of being in the game, smoking you. I'm sure that man is still hurting. I think he's still taking he popped an Advil this morning for it.
Yeah, he just got his breath back today. Knocked the wind out of him for 5-6 months.
Yeah, no, I mean, I would too. Are you kidding?
But yeah, Bobby Wagner's a great pickup back for the Seahawks. I thought that they kind of soured their relationship. I thought that's what happened when he left. But I guess that's not really the case. Now he's back, and they're giving Gino another chance to bring him back to the playoffs. I mean, it's interesting to see what the Seahawks are going to do next year.
I'm very excited. I'm a big Seahawks fan now. I believe in a redemption arc. I love the Geno Smith redemption arc. It's a sight to see. But yeah, I mean, even if they soured the deal, even if they soured their relationship, $7 million, $7 million.
Yeah.
And playing on a winning team after being so flabbergasted by going to the Super Bowl team and looking at absolute dog water that they did last year.
That was bad.
Yeah, no, I don't blame him. I would absolutely, hit up my ex and be like, hey, what's good?
You up? What you doing?
Bobby Wagner hit him.
WYD.
Bobby Wagner hit him with the 2 a.m. Drake lyrics.
Cups at a rose. That was Bobby Wagner before he signed with Seattle.
Oh man.
It is in my own phone.
Going on to more free agency shenanigans, we got Terrell Edmonds going to the Eagles.
They got a good football family, the Edmonds. Tremaine, the brother, linebacker, just signed with Chicago, left the Bills. And I think there's another one that plays for the Bills, I think, who's a fullback. But yeah, they're pretty solid football family, those Edmonds brothers.
No, they're just like the Diggs.
Yeah.
I love a good football family. Or the Kelseys.
Or the Watts. TJ, JJ, and Derek.
Are any of them still playing?
Yeah. TJ's on the Steelers, Derek's on the Steelers. Derek's a fullback, though.
Oh,
so I
okay.
don't really hear about him too much.
Yeah, that's certainly a lost art, the fullback.
That's true. Yeah. Not too many really big names in the fullback position today.
No, not the way the game is played now. It's mainly a running back game. Or a QB running game. Wide receiver DJ Chark to a 1-year deal with the Panthers. Who is their quarterback right now? I'm looking up while you chew.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think who is starting for the Panthers. But how do you feel about that move?
I mean, it's good, I guess. They're Andy Dalton. That's what they just signed.
Andy Dalton?
They also have Matt Corral. Was a rookie that they drafted last year, but they're more than okay, I think, with trading him, moving on from him.
Let's hope the Panthers can give a home to Andy Dalton.
They also signed Adam Thielen too, and Adam Thielen.
Yes.
Oh my God! He said the Panthers look like they could be a Super Bowl team. And I laughed at that. Just like how C.J. Gardner-Johnson signed with the Lions, and he says that the 2023 Lions, this upcoming team, looks better than the Eagles Super Bowl team that just played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's a bold-faced lie. That's a really bold statement. Block and report him, for sure.
He's just lying now.
He's just lying. He's just saying
He's
things.
making stuff up.
Just talking to talk. But so are we. Like and subscribe. Find us on Spotify.
Yeah.
But, well, listen. If they have DJ Chark, Adam Thielen, who knows? Maybe Andy Dalton is one of those quarterbacks that is going to really surprise us.
I don't know about that, brother.
I don't know either. I highly doubt it.
He played mid on the Saints when he was there last year. And they just signed Derek Carr, who's a mid quarterback. And they brought back J-Bo. Crab leg Winston.
That's insane.
Yeah, man.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, this could be one of the most phenomenal years of football because of all these mediocre trades. We could really find everyone fitting in the right home and going absolutely gangbuster. It could be like high-scoring seasons. It could be the kickers are sleeping in the back rooms. It could be...
Yeah. Speaking of kickers, the Panthers just traded their kicker to the 49ers. Never heard of the kicker trade.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Well, didn't we get rid of Folk? Didn't we trade him to the Patriots? Or did he just leave?
I don't know if we traded him. I think he might have just not re-signed him.
Oh, okay.
But we brought back Greg the Leg. Love that guy.
Yes, we did. Gregory the Leggery. He did disappoint me in the back end of the season, but
Greg's
it's okay. He was very good to me as a kicker on my fantasy team. I would honestly grab him again. If I had a high pick in kickers, I'd grab Gregory Leggery himself. But enough about kickers, because who wants to talk about kickers?
I do.
Alright, Pat McAfee. Let's talk about the Ravens finally making a call. We signed wide receiver Nelson Aguilar to a 1-year contract. $3.25 million deal. How do you feel about that?
That's an interesting signing. I mean, he's not horrible. He's just not great. He's definitely been playing better the last couple seasons since he left Philly. His last season with the Patriots was kind of hit and miss because there were other receivers that they had to feed. His season with the Raiders, he was pretty good. But I don't know. I mean, of all the wide receiver options in free agency, bringing in Nelson Aguilar for Lamar Jackson is a weird move.
But you gotta understand they're probably trying to buy low and hoping to get some gold because they're trying to put a lot of their money towards Lamar Jackson. If they're even gonna keep him, because they franchise tagged him, but I don't think they did anything.
Yeah, they haven't signed him. Teams have the opportunity to talk to him and give him an offer, and the Ravens can either match the offer or if Lamar signs to another team, that team has to give him 2 first-round picks.
Right.
So
2 first-round picks?
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that develops.
So who even has? I guess everyone has.
Not like 2 in the same year, just 2 in general.
Can you imagine after all this talk about Aaron Rodgers, we get Lamar Jackson?
That'd be crazy.
I wouldn't
mind that. Yeah.
I would feel better about it than I would Aaron Rodgers.
Did you know that in 2018, that was when he was drafted, Larry David said to Woody Johnson to draft Lamar Jackson, and Woody was like, no.
You know what I had to say about that?
And Lamar could have went to anyone. He got drafted 32nd overall in the first round. Last pick in the first round. Could have went to anybody.
You know what I had to say to that? Fire Gase.
We got Sam Darnold that year. We drafted Samuel Darnold.
Sam Darnold instead of freaking Lamar Jackson. What a different life we would be.
Instead of even Josh Allen. Josh Allen was available.
I forgot. Don't tell me that. Samuel Darnoldson.
And the GM before Joe Douglas, McCagnon, in 2017, said he didn't view Patrick Mahomes as a franchise quarterback. So they didn't take him. They wanted to wait another year.
Boy, howdy, do we have the worst management.
Who makes these decisions?
People that are no longer in the business, which makes sense.
Good.
Going on to the Eagles, right tackle Lane Johnson agrees to a term on a 1-year extension through 2026.
An extra $33 million in his contract. That's crazy.
$30
He's
million.
one of the best linemen in the league. So you can't You can't fault that, you know? But
It goes to show how important linemen are.
anyways, in another mid-acquisition this offseason,
Raiders signing tight end Austin Hooper from the Titans. I didn't even know Austin Hooper was on the Titans. I thought the Titans was Derrick Henry and friends.
yeah, I mean, you know, might as well be. And now they're thinking about shopping them. Might not even be. Might just be friends.
It might just be
Might
friends.
just be a team of friends.
Just some buddies. Just some middle-aged college dropouts. Much like myself. I don't know how I feel about this. I mean, you can't explain if he's good or not because it was hard to see with the Titans the way they played last year.
Yeah, he's been pretty back and forth his career. I mean, I think he had a good season with the Falcons. And if it wasn't with them, it was with the Browns. And then he gave it to the Titans. And I don't know. He's been all over the place. Like, not physically, like he's not a journeyman who's just been from team to team to team. But like his
abilities.
playing, yeah.
Absolutely.
He's either good or he's not, or he's just kind of meh.
How long is free agency? Is that just until further notice? Or people can just make new signups?
I think so. I think, yeah, free agency kind of goes until
The draft.
yeah, the draft, maybe when like the offseason workouts start.
Mm.
Excuse me. Because by that point, like all the players that are really going to make differences on teams have been signed at that point.
That's true. That's true. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully there's some big news. Hopefully there's some crazy things to look out for. But in that sense, anyways, my head is all over the place. Capsaicin is really kicking my ass. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you are on YouTube, feel free to subscribe, hit that like button, comment down below what you like. If you guys are watching from Spotify, which is a new thing by the time this airs out, thank you guys so much for listening or watching if you see the video. New videos, ideally every week, ideally every Sunday. Bonus content is coming at you as often as we can make it. And anything else you have to say to the people? Thank you. All right, thank you guys so much. I'll see you later.